Hey y'all, it's Jacob with the Daily Shortcut, getting to it really late. My phone started ringing last night at like 10 or 11, and it was ringing past midnight, and it's been ringing all day, and I've had a lot of things to do. And anyway, I'm just getting to the shortcut a little bit late, and I'm actually cooking dinner at 10:30 at night, so it's been a long time. Today, my message that came through my mentor is about your strengths. And I just want to say that I actually preferred another way that he put it towards the end, where he actually called it, you're destined for greatness. And I'm going to keep this super short because I'm getting ready to eat this food here. But this was really about learning how to do things that feel good in your life, that are going to help you unlock your wealth and the potential of all those dreams that you've probably been carrying since you were probably little, whether or not you are in touch with them right now. And he was talking about how people do that. And I can just relate it to myself. There were times where I was doing things for money that I did not like or connect to, or types of wealth that I don't really believe in, certain systems of making money or the kinds of money. Anyway, I just loved this advice, and I can tell you it took me a really long time to kind of have the bravery to even do what I'm doing right now because of what I had been dealing with in my own life, and also not being clear on what my actual gifts were, or maybe in some cases being a little bit in denial about what my natural abilities were because of how certain imprints were made on me about, oh, you can do this or you can't do that. And I'll tell you, that kind of stuff crippled me. I'm a very sensitive person, and just as a kid, I feel like I was constantly being told, you can't do that, or anytime I would say I wanted to do something or try to do it, I was being told why I couldn't. And so, some of you might have grown up with that, where it's like, you have people in your life that for every problem, they can come up with a solution. And then, then there's those other people where it's like for every solution, they come up with a million problems around it. And so, those things can affect us different way depending on how you were conditioned. And for me, a lot of it, I think, just took away from me being honest with myself about what I liked, what I didn't like, what I wanted to do, what I didn't want to do. And it's taken me a while to get in touch with what my gifts were. And anyway, my mentor just had some really great advice about how to get into a life flow that feels good, where you're making the money that you want to make and you're really just living your best day. And for me personally, I am not complaining about my phone ringing all night and the lack of sleep that I've had. I am actually, in my life right now, the happiest I've ever been. And I feel like, I'm kind of in a position right now where it's like, I can't do enough because there's not enough time in the day, and I actually do need to stop and sleep, and I'm just excited all the time. And I think a lot of it has to do with having found what it is that I like to do, and just knowing that that's exactly what I'm waking up to every single day, is doing that thing. And the best part is that it's actually like paying me in a way that I like. And so, that's a good thing, right? That's a really good thing. So just a little bit of advice for anybody that might be making changes and looking for ways to do things that just feel better, especially if you're self-employed or looking at doing something self-employed. And what he was saying is that, like, the best business that's going to suit you the best, that's going to pay you the best, is anything that you can do that's in your natural talents and abilities. And sometimes we're not aware of what that is because we've kind of pushed ourselves aside, just coping with life. So he gave a piece of advice, and I wonder if you're this brave. I don't know if I've ever been this direct about it, but life definitely gave me the feedback. So I got here anyway. But, he was just saying, it's all about being brave and being willing to hear things that maybe might throw you off a little bit and sometimes might give you some feedback that you might not have wanted to hear, but here's a really good thing that you can do. He was just recommending going to like some of the people that you know, and he actually recommended 10 to 30 people and asking them for the first 5 things that come to their mind, and just let them know, hey, I'm trying to get some feedback, honest feedback, don't hold back, like really let me know. What are, 5 things that you think I'm really good at? What are my talents? What am I the best at? And he said that, that's a really good way to get a read on what you're good at and your talents. And then the next step is really just finding a way to monetize that. Work with that idea, take it and run with it, because whatever that is really what's going to pay you the best, and you're just going to do the best at it. And for me, it took me a lot of like literally getting my nose bloody with different things that weren't working, because I was like chasing security in different ways. And I have a lot of things I can be good at, but some of the stuff I just really didn't like at all, and I couldn't do it, and so I've always kind of tended more towards being an entrepreneur and self-employed and just doing things that felt good for me. And it was a blessing to have had a stutter that was kind of just pronounced for a while. I think it was more to do with throat chakra issues than anything else, because I don't have any physical impediment. But I joined a Toastmasters group and started doing sales jobs and like multi-level marketing and just like cold calling and things like that. And it got me really good at expressing myself over time. And I found that I had a real knack for just kind of consulting with people and talking to them about things that they weren't observing in their own life for different reasons. I might be hyper perceptive. And so here I am doing consulting work, spiritual, intuitive guidance, healing, shamanic work, and, psychic work, psychic readings. So it's actually, since I've been moving in this direction, even though that's not like my primary income doing that, my service to others, just putting myself out in that way, has opened up a lot of other doors that have allowed more abundance to flow into my life. And I'm making more money now in my life doing something from the comfort of my own home, where, I can just handle my business and my life and be excited about it. And I think it's just really because over the period of time doing all those things that I didn't like and chasing those jobs, I kept hearing the same feedback from people. Wow, you really noticed this. Or, it's amazing how you said that. I've been thinking about that. Or how did you know that? And then I just started to realize, wow, I must be psychic, and just working with my mediumship, it's really taken me into this whole other direction with my life. And it feels good. It's helped me heal my heart, and it helps me work with others in a way that's very healing. And like I said, it's opened up some other doors for me that are ancillary income streams that are all kind of associated, like spokes in the wheel, so to speak. So I'm just going to encourage you to, if you have an aspiration doing something for yourself that's going to allow you to be more prosperous and, feeling well in just your own life and what it is that you're creating, I'm just going to remind you that there's only one of you that was created exactly like you. You have special talents and abilities, and you were literally destined for greatness. And if that talent or those set of talents aren't really being kind of showcased in a way that feels good for you, it's like you're just not tapping into that flow. There's a lot of wealth that wants to follow with that comes in so many different ways. It's so much more than money. And I hope that you're reaching for that. And if any of this touched you in a special way, I'm going to encourage you to fill out my form below. There's some things that we're doing on my team right now that are helping people just really tap into that flow in some unique ways. And I'm also going to link the message from my mentor below, because he actually did explain this and linked it to a book that might also be interesting for you, that they're giving away a free copy of. So definitely click that if you're interested. And I'm going to go and eat my dinner now. Have a great night. I'll try to get this up before midnight. These are taking forever to upload. And I'll catch you guys again in the morning. Bye for now.